Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program Live Let's Play. Hey DG Egg, welcome to the stream. I can see there's a few people popping on, getting involved, getting online. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get Kerbal Space Program up and on my screen. And if I remember correctly, I actually just need to add a new source to capture it. Technical reasons, and I completely forgot previously. Game capture, Kerbal Space Program. It's one of those things where you make a change which overall will improve things. Oh, hang on, it seems to have found it. I am going to just reforce it though. There we go. Kerbal Space Program is here, and it looks like it's. Is it dusk? Early morning. It's not dusk, it's early morning. Hey JP, from YouTube. Yeah, you're on YouTube. I can tell, I can actually see who's on what platform. There's a little icon next to people's names. So, hey Ben, watching on YouTube. Egg, watching on Twitch. I've actually got a flight in progress because between now and last time, there was some... Or have I got a flight in progress? I can't remember now. Maybe there isn't. Let me refresh my memory. See, look, we've got a wreckage here with nobody in it. And if we go back to the Space Center... Give it a second. Here we go. So if we go back to the Space Center and look at our astronaut list, we've got some... Yeah, we've got some new astronauts. So we've got one pilot, 3 scientists, and 2 engineers. So yeah, last time we brought a person back from orbit, but since last time I've brought another 2, I think. Because another 2 missions came up and I thought to myself, oh, these are free Kerbals, that'd be fantastic. So let's have a look. Active missions. Yeah, I've got 1 mission to rescue somebody from orbit. But the problem is that I accidentally stopped tracking his capsule. So we've got this capsule here, which we've rescued. So let's terminate that. But then there's another capsule here for a mission that we've already got going. And I can't track it because I've accidentally stopped tracking. So I think we need to upgrade this center in order to be able to retrack that. But we'll keep that mission to one side. And we'll do it within the 4-year time frame. We can have up to a maximum of 7 missions. So there's the mission there. Rescue Dunbull. So we'll get Dunbull at some point. We've got a plant a flag on the moon and explore the moon. Now the exploring the moon is... I think explore the moon is quite a lot. Go on an orbital spacewalk near the moon, transfer crew between vessels near the moon, and then rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of the moon. I'm not really sure that we're ready for that. I'm really not sure we're ready for that. One thing that we are going to do though, quickly, is research and development. We've got enough to unlock another segment, so we could go for propulsion systems. That doesn't look particularly appetizing for me actually. Advanced construction. Now that does look good because it gives us the big nose cones. It gives us the fairings. Also gives us some hinges and some different decouplers, which could be quite nicely as well. So there's a variety of different things. We've got some hydraulic cylinders and things and tubes. What else have we got down? Space exploration gives us the hitchhiker storage container. I want that. I really do want that, because if we're going to go to the moon, I'd like to take a load of people so that they all get loads of experience. It also gives us the ladders, cargo storage unit. I don't know what that does. We'll have to have a look at that. And some other experimental control systems and a rover leg. And down here we've got miniaturization, which again, I mean, we've got a docking port junior there. We don't get docking ports with the advanced construction, do we? No. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to go with space exploration. We're going to research that, and we're going to try and get to the moon. Hey, Neil. Oh, wow. Plant a flag on the moon. There we go. That's what we're going to try and do. So, this is going to be a challenge, isn't it? Let's get the last moon. The Moon Mark II. Let's load the Moon Mark II. Now, I only just made it there and back with this, and we're going to expand it. So this gets us back, no problem. I don't think we've got any new science equipment. We could take the Science Junior with us, but I feel that that's something to do later on. So, we need to upgrade this launch system. And we need to change the bottom of this. We probably need more parachutes, actually. But I'll be able to sort that soon. We don't want to block this hatch. Do we want to keep the science? We do want to keep the science. Okay, let's take the heat shield off the bottom. We're going to put the... What's the cargo storage unit do? This dirty unit keeps the expensive and delicate equipment of our astronauts and bringing it right. I don't know what that does. Utility. Here we go. The hitchhike. Oh, that's bigger than what I thought it was. But we can get 4 Kerbals in it. Yeah, it's fine. Is it fine? Don't know if it's fine. Can that survive a re-entry? That's my question. Or do we just go with, like, more command pods? Because the biggest command pod we've got at the moment is a capacity of 2. And what we could do, you need to... J-Base here says, hello, hellish, hi everyone. You need to find us a game to play together for the holidays, mate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody needs to play Fistful of Frags and T-Worlds with us on the public Discord. That's what we're doing at the minute. So I'm not... Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this as our moon lander. And we must have better thermal systems. Look at that. We've got a big heat shield. Okay, so that's cool. That's fine. Let's stick this on the bottom temporarily and move the legs. And we'll have 4 legs. I'm happy with that. So now we're going to have a relatively big lander there. I don't think the legs need to be that high. We only need... I mean, where's the bottom of there? There we go. Only just needs to be able to be bigger than... than the bottom of the heat shield. So that's fine. We'll need to decouple that. So we'll need a good decoupler. Let's bring those back in now. This is going to need fuel. A lot of fuel. Not sure how we're going to get that yet. And we're going to need a lot more parachutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the parachutes down to here. And what we'll do is we'll just pretty much just max out on the parachutes. Oh, like this. Nope. Just like that. That seems to fit quite nicely, actually. And then, don't they retract a bit on landing? They do. They do retract a little bit on landing, which is why I've brought them down a little bit. What we're going to do is we're actually going to test this landing on Kerbin first in 2 ways. We're going to test the parachute. So we're going to throw it up, not quite into orbit. And then we're going to drop this back down and test its landing. So we're going to do a suborbital space flight. So we're going to go into space and then come back down again before we even go to the moon on this one. Right. So then this hat needs some way of actually having thrust so that we can fly it. And I'm thinking... We need... I'm thinking these might be the best things for us. Not that many. Because having 2 should give us all of what we need. But we do need fuel. Now, what do? Do we put the fuel on top of this or the fuel underneath? And also, this area here, this needs coning. I'm not really sure about the best way to do that. So let's look about the coning first. Let's go aerodynamics. Is it aerodynamics for this sort of thing? Or do we look at fuel tanks? I think a nice fuel tank. Ah, here we go. I mean, that's not the right size, but it's certainly in the right sort of direction. This lander could end up being a little bit top heavy. JB says, I've been playing some Factorio at the moment. It has a PvP option. Ooh, a Factorio server. Maybe we'll do that over the summer. Hi Hellish, how are you today? I'm doing good, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's the right size, but it's just going to... Although that is fuel. That is a very, very tall craft. I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that at all. What other options do we have? Ground, so we've got thermal, electrical. We'll sort electrical out soon. We shouldn't need communication. We've got science on board. We'll do lights soon as well. You told a friend about a need for a designer. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for helping me out there. You back on full lockdown in Britain? Yeah, the lockdown rules for lockdown 2 are not as strict as lockdown 1. Now, we've got a problem here because it looks like our chutes are interacting with the door, but if we're going to have something up here... Let's have a look. We've got 1,500 meters per second of delta V on this. Which should be plenty, but it's just so huge and tall. I don't like it. I prefer my landers to be fat. A fat, flat... Though that is a fuel thing. Does it... Right, okay. Does it being... Is it... It being tall, is that a problem? It is. It's a stability issue. What if... Let's undo that. I'm thinking we keep this midsection. We could move the drogue chutes to it. And then that allow us to pull the main chutes up. Which is good. And then instead of... thank you very much for subscribing on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Instead of having these side rockets like this, we could actually have a fuel tank on the side. Let's... I mean, actually, these chutes could go on here as well. Oh my goodness. If I can actually rotate them correctly. That doesn't look right. Why does that look... It's because it's snapping bad. Like something like that. Actually, I kind of like that. That looks nice. And then what I was thinking is if I put a heat shield on the top, it would look better. But we're not going to do that. So, looking at the staging, they're the wrong way around, so let's fix that. Okay, Lockdown 2, the sequel, starring COVID-19 the UK government. When all else fails, shut the country down. Well, it's not a shut the country down. The restrictions are much more relaxed than they were before. Now, oh my goodness, right, what if... No, that's too big. That's not the fuel can I thought it was. That is too little. This one is just... Oh my goodness, look at that. That would be an interesting moon lander. Well, that's a point. We should... The fuel on this, we should... What about something like that? The only problem is that the engines we put on it are going to have to be... Well, how much Delta V... Oh. I was going to say, how much Delta V have we got? But we haven't put any engines on it yet. There's the engines. Oh, that's not a lot. Only 300. Okay, these fuel tanks don't have nowhere near as much as what I thought they would have. Jack Max here. Hi, Jack Mac. We're trying to build a moon lander. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take the legs off. We're going to put 4 of them on. That's, again, the Delta V on that is really... Is it these engines? Are they just so inefficient? What are they? More the... where's the efficiency? Fuel efficiency. Engine, specific impulse. Vacuum 345. Yeah. Okay, that's... Although we have got lots of engines on there. What if we only have 2? Look at that! Just changing the engine out, and we've got so much more Delta V, it's ridiculous. In fact, that's too much Delta V. Right, okay. What if we get the smallest fuel tank that seems appropriate? That's just liquid fuel for... That's no good. We need a mix. That is huge. Where's the mix? That's not it. Liquid fuel fuselage, liquid fuel fuselage. Neither of them are what I want. Oh, this looks good. Okay, instead of having 4 though, let's just switch to 2. Oh, that looks good. I mean, they might explode on re-entry, but who cares? And if we put the Terrier on, that gives us 80. That's terrible. But if we put these on the side, that gives us 200 something or other. Sorry for asking, but are you an open Kerbal Space Program dev? No, I'm not. To take off for the moon, surely don't need that much thrust. You don't need a lot. And I can't remember how much Delta V you need to get back to Kerbal, but I might also need these for landing. So my problem here is, I think... I kind of like the big fuel tanks that we had up here, but it just makes it so top heavy. They're solid boosters. We got jet. We haven't got a lot of options. That's the bit I'm struggling with here. There's parts in my mind that I know I would use, but we can't because I haven't got them. Okay, let's use this adapter. We'll take that off there. Oh, that's the wrong adapter. We won't take that. Well, we won't take. What about this one? Okay, I'm liking this. This is good. Let's get rid of that. That's a better amount of Delta V. And then what if we put the... Oh, well. You could do what NASA does and orbit and drop a separate lander. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm planning on doing, I think. Or something along those lines anyway. Let's put the legs back on temporarily before I forget about the legs. So it looks like the best chance we have here is going to be these side engines. 700 blah blah blah. There. That is good. 924 meters per second of delta V. That's what we want. The only problem is it looks like the engines are going to interfere with this. So either we would need a wider section here, or actually that looks nice, or we need to adjust these slightly. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, let's change the middle variant. And then put the engines on. We only want, I think 2 engines might be enough. The only problem is the thrust to weight ratio of taking off with 2 engines. Much delta V now, but it looks a lot better. Right, are you running any mods? No, this is vanilla. This is definitely vanilla. Let's now go to, where is it? Utility. Slap these on. We're going to go overkill with all the parachutes. That looks good to me. Let's just separate them out in the staging. So we'll put one set of parachutes there. We'll put another set of parachutes there. Oh, actually, I accidentally put them in the same one. Come on, staging. And then the engine at the bottom, and we just need to check which parachutes we've got selected. So these ones are the main chutes. Yeah, that makes sense. It looks like a robot. It kind of is. Oh yeah, I see the robot with the arms and the legs. Let's extend those legs. So those legs are extending out too far at the moment. Let's bring them up just a smidge. Excellent. And we're gonna build a new rocket from scratch to throw this where we want it to. But let's do a series of tests. So this is the Moon Mark III. So we've got landing gear, engines, fuel. We haven't got solar panels or lights. So I think we'll have lights on the lights going downwards. Always lights going down. We'll have them under the landing legs, and the reason for that is that if we don't, I don't want to obstruct this hatch. So, or just above the landing legs. There we go, just above the landing legs. We've got a little bit of electrical charge in here, so we can probably boost that. Let's open up this bay. We've got 2 lots of science experiments in there, just in case we want them. Let's put a battery on the bottom. Close that bay up and put solar panels. I was going to say all the way around this, but then that's going to hit the engines. I suppose we could put them here. Just doesn't seem to fit very good. Tell you what we'll do them in pairs. So we'll have a pair there. We'll have a pair here. We'll have a pair there. Is that enough? It certainly doesn't seem to be in a line. Let's use the markings on the craft to try and line them up a bit better. There we go. I'm gonna say that'll do. Right. The question is, let's do some of the chat here. JB says, back in the day I played Robot Arena 2. Will you be your own robot and fight against your friends? I think I might have played that before. Michael's here watching on YouTube. Hi. Jim is here. Hi. Looks like a Lost in Space robot, says Neil. Everybody thinks it's a robot. Ravenpath said good luck with the launch. Call it Mr. Lander. I'm not going to call it Mr. Lander because it's not just a lander, or it's not going to be just a lander once we got going. Hellish, find me a work from home job based in the UK, please. I'm currently unemployed. Beta tester would be great. JB, if I had the money, I'd start a company and I would give you an interview. Jackamat says, do you think copying IRL designs would be a good strategy in this game? There's surely quite a few Moonlander designs out there. Yes, in general. Sometimes that works. I did it with the Concorde. So I copied the exact layout, where the engines were, kind of the length and width of it, the shape of the wings and all that sort of thing. It flew in Kerbal Space Program absolutely beautifully. Whether it works in all scenarios, I have no idea. So we're going to start with these legs extended, and we're going to test this vehicle. So our test pilot is currently our only pilot, and that's the only person we're going to put in there. I'm not expecting this to get off the ground, but I am expecting me to save it before we try. So the idea of this test is to see whether under Kerbin's gravity the thrust is enough to lift it off the ground. So SAS on. You see the landing legs are squished down, but the bottom of our vehicle is still not touching the floor. So I think we might need to move those landing legs down a little bit more, because if we get a bit of compression, we may actually impact the surface. And then I'm thinking, let's enable the engine and slowly ramp up that thrust, and we'll see what happens. If we do take off, we'll cut the thrust and enable all parachutes. Wow. There we go, folks. So it turns out that this craft has both enough fuel. It is going off on one a bit. I don't know why. Does seem to just want to disappear under... There's something unstable about this, so we're going to have to check its centre of mass. So we're going to go out over the ocean if we can. Let's retract that landing gear. We haven't got any kind of... Oh my goodness, we are just going to throw this thing out over the ocean. Jackamat says no more deaths and a FPS drop. Yeah, the FPS has dropped. We'll look into that further. But there we go. We've lobbed this vessel. There goes the drogue chutes. Oh, there's a big spin there because we was faced the wrong way. But it's looking good. We're going to turn the SAS off because the SAS might actually be... Oh, it does look like a little person. Okay, so after we've done a sea landing, we're going to try a land landing, just to make sure that these landing legs are deployed. So, in the past, I've made rockets and we've just given it a go. With this one, we're going to be doing tests along the way. This is the biggest mission we've done by far. So we're now at just above 1,000, so we're deploying the main chutes. So we're just under 40 meters a second with the main... Oh, look at that. Down to 4.6 meters per second with all chutes. That's acceptable. That is definitely acceptable. If we fast forward down to the surface, that's going to be a good... I wonder why it was off center. Why it didn't launch straight. No idea why that didn't launch straight. And actually, we're going so slow, it's taking a while to get down. But we're going to do a land landing after adjusting these landing legs. Let's turn the lights on. So there we go. We've got our lights there. We can have a look at the fuel situation. We should be able to see kind of like the lighting effect on the surface of the ocean, I think. Let's have a look. Not seeing anything yet. We get... Oh, well, we've landed. It did tip over, but very gently. That's fine for me. What's it called? The reaction wheels don't seem to be strong enough to make it rotate very quickly, or actually enough. So we might have to put some reaction wheels in. Yeah, more FPS drops. We know about the FPS drops for this game. We're going to sort that out. I will put it on my to-do list. Don't you worry, guys. So let's recover the vessel, do some tweaks, and try again. Can only rocket scientists play this game? Looks difficult. No, J-Bay. You might need a little bit of YouTube tutorials and stuff to do the more complicated things. But it's not too bad. You just practice and play around with it. Jackman says, I found because when I was streaming and recording, I had NVIDIA Instant Replay, there were too many processes for my GPU to encode. Apparently the maximum is 2. Yeah, this is the only game I have issues with now. I used to have issues with lots of games. I went through a round of improvements. Most of those games are all sorted out. This is the only one. I think it's to do with encoding settings. Right. Let's try again. So what we're going to do is, just like I said, we're going to do... we're going to put the landing legs probably the lowest they can go, because the weight of this craft just made it crush. And we'll keep those lights as they are. And we'll keep everything else as they are as well. We'll save this, and this time we'll go over land and land on land. Just check the crew. Yep, everything looks good. The only thing that didn't look good is that it did just go off to one side, and I have no idea why. So let's just move this over to the space plane hangar. For some reason it's in the roof, so let's switch back. And we'll bring it down. There we go, let's try again. Now if we look at the centre of mass... Yeah, the centre of mass is just... I mean, it looks smack bang to me. Let's put the centre of thrust in there. Yeah, look, the centre of thrust is going directly through the centre of mass, so I have no idea what happened before. Is this Kerbal Space Program 1 or 2? This is Kerbal Space Program 1, Kerbal Space Program 2 isn't out yet. I am not a developer. Right, okay. You know what? I didn't need to take it to the space plane hangar to do that. I don't know why I did, so don't question it. So we've moved the legs, and now we're going to try a land landing. And we don't need it to be able to... I'm going to save and launch. We don't need it to be able to take off from Kerbin, but if it can, we know we can do it everywhere else that I want to do it. Okay, so we're going to have SAS on again. But this time I'm going to manually override some of it and try and point it inland. So let's ignite those two engines. Hang on a minute. That's showing up as two engines on top of each other. And that's showing up as one engine. Let's take this back to the vehicle assembly building. Might have found out the issue. Although if we've got three engines, it might not actually take off. So we'll find out. So I think this stream's going to be preparing from going to the moon, and then next episode we'll go to the moon. Right, yeah, it's... No, this is showing up as just having two engines. Okay, never mind. We'll carry on. It just looked a bit weird in the staging, how there was a 2 next to one of the engines, and it showed a second engine. Right, here we go. It looks okay now. But then as soon as I enable the engine... Maybe they're labelled engine 1, engine 2. Anyway, SAS on, throttle up. 1/3 it lifts the legs a little bit. Half it lifts it a bit more. 2/3... Okay, so just over 2/3 and it's enough to kick us off. So, landing legs in. I'm going to keep that going at 2/3. I wonder if we could just like land just on the other side. I'm not going to try and land on the top of the vehicle assembly building. This is a career playthrough. If I destroy that building, it's going to cost me too much. So we're actually descending slightly now. So back to 2/3. And I want to arrest my sideways motion. So I'm going to point myself retrograde. Oh my goodness. Abort, shoots. All the shoots, all the landing legs. Okay. So it's a little bit of a hastened landing, but that landing was good. It's fine. What did I do wrong there? Oh, retrograde. I think it's because I was heading down, or was I still going up? If I'm still going up, then it points you retrograding the other way. Yeah, I think I was going up slightly. If you're gonna use retrograde for landing, you need to be already on your way down. But anyway, that was a perfect example, and we can actually show the lighting now. So that's cool. Now, the only problem I've got at the moment is that if I want to get out from this crew hatch, can I get all the way down and back up again? No, I can't. I need to put steps up here and on there. So that's going to be the next improvement. We're going to... Is it egress? I think they call it... Is it egress when they get on? I can't remember now. When a pilot gets on or off. But this is what this kind of... This is how you play the game without just copying a tutorial. This is how I play most games. So this is the hatch. We're going to have to move these solar panels. And because I love symmetry, we're going to put one set of solar panels there. And we're going to put another set of solar panels there. And then we're going to need the leggy bits. So I'm going to try and keep a nice... Now we are adding unbalanced weight to this by adding these extra runs on it. And I am a little bit worried about the parachutes up here. So what we'll do is... I will set it to max shoots. Just doesn't seem to want to snap kind of in between the two. Oh, actually, that looks better. Okay, we are slightly in the engines there, which is not good. Okay, let's try these again. That's good. Oh no, I didn't mean 8. Just 1. And then one more on here should enable us to get all the way up and down. Okay. I'm just not happy about these chutes at the moment. What if we bring the solar panels down to the bottom? I should be some sort of designer or engineer, shouldn't I? And we'll just bring these main chutes down just enough. There we go, so that we can fit these above them. They're all slightly off, aren't they? It's like I want it to be part way between those two options. Well, I tell you what we'll do. If we rotate it so it's vertical, that's fine. There we go. That works for me. As long as these side chutes open okay with those engines there. I mean, if we want to, we could probably just move these engines down just a tiny bit. And it shouldn't overly affect things. So... And actually, having the engines closer to the ground is probably better. Oh, why? The engines don't even need to be up there. They could just be down here, and that's probably best. Let's do that. That looks better. Yes. Where are my solar panels on the other side? Where are my solar panels? Okay. I should be able to do these solar panels the same way I've done the parachute, so let's do that. So, increase the number of them and then place them there. Okay, I like that. That's good. This is a very functional, very fantastic little thing. The Gamer of Calls here, watching on YouTube, it says hi. Let's save the Mark III. We're going to do a test where we get in and out of the vessel. I don't know whether we'll be able to... I don't know whether we'll be able to get back in on the surface of Kerbin. We can also put... We could probably retract the... Are we going to blow up the engines when we land? Well, let's do a test anyway. So we're going to go EVA. And we're just going to say climb down. And you see we get to this rim here. We're going to have to let go. And then if we do a grab... No. We're going to have to let go and then... Oh dear. Okay, so we can get down. Oh my goodness. And apparently bang our head on the vehicle. I don't think... our EVA jetpack is not going to have enough for us to get us up to here. But let's see if it'll enhance our... Oh, it does enhance our jump. So what's the grab button? Oh, we need to stand back. I saw it. I saw it on the screen for a split second. F. Okay. So in theory we can get back on the runs. So, yep, I've got it. So even on Kerbin's surface we can get there. Ah, look. We can't get any higher. Who designed your stream/YouTube intro and the song? The song is credited in all my videos. It's called Welcome to the Show. I designed the logo and got somebody else to do the face. I put it all together and then sent it off for processing. So it's a combination. I kind of headed it and I gave some tasks to some other people and I brought it together. Hey, is there not an adapter so that there's no rim? Up here? Yes, there is an adapter, but it adds a lot of height to the vehicle and I don't want it, Sam, so... right. I'm not sure how to resolve this. Maybe if I make those runs go in a little bit more. Let's just... I can't recover the vessel. So let's let go. Get up. Right, we'll recover now. And I'll just adjust those bottom runs to see if we can get a better angle on that. And what's our money situation like? Our money situation is fine and dandy. And every time I go out there to test this vessel, it's not really doing very well. You need to try and build a space plane with 4 wings. I built a plane with 6 wings, so there you go. Yeah, it's this lip here we're not getting over. I'm not sure if he's getting to this and then hitting his head on that. So let's get the tool move tool. Oh, actually, no, let's just go straight out rotation on that. And if I give it 1 notch... No, let's give it a tiny bit of rotation there. And move it into the vehicle just a tiny bit. Is that a better transition? And then maybe this one... No, that's not good. Those two are very close to each other. I mean, getting out isn't the problem. It's going to be getting back in that's the problem. Hang on a sec, though. when we're on the moon, we can use our jetpacks. So why do we have these? We don't need these, do we? On the surface of the moon, can we use our EVA kits to fly up? I think we can. Ryan says, I want to have a space-themed birthday party. But there was nowhere to plan it. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I started reading that out aloud before I realised what you'd done there. If you're going up, you can't put the ladder on the part that's little if the other part... What? It looked better moved in. It does look better, but I've just realised we can just use our jetpacks to get back on the top of this, I think. I'm pretty sure on the moon you don't need ladders. Oh my goodness. Pretty sure. Like, as sure as I can be. Yes, you can use a jetpack to get inside things on the moon. Okay, thank you very much. Right then, in that case, I think the lander is pretty much ready. I do want to take it on one more test run though. So let's just check the crew. Landing, we'll just check the lights, we'll check the chutes and all those sorts of things. And let's launch. Echo Wolf's here watching on Twitch. Hello, Echo Wolf. I'm really enjoying this Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. If you want to catch up with this Let's Play and see how I killed people, you can find out the playlist on my YouTube channel. So go check it out if you are into that. Right, SAS on. Throttle, we're going to put it to just over 2/3. We're going to turn our lights on. Keep an eye on our fuel. And launch. Yeah, that works lovely. And it's nice and stable this time. We're gonna try to land it over this way.
Fantastic.
Right, here we go. We're heading down. I don't want to head down quite so quickly. I want to get a little bit more height. Here we go. I'm feeling a little bit careless. Okay. We're going to start dropping now. Okay, and now we're dropping. Okay, here we go. I've got a good amount of throttle here. We are slightly accelerating. I don't really want to accelerate. I'm going to try and keep us on our retrograde marker. We're coming down at 9 meters. Oh, no, that's not good. Just stability assist, please. Ideally, we need to come down at less meters per second. Whoa, I'm facing the wrong way. Facing the wrong way. Are we heading up? We're heading up. Why am I heading up? Oh, because... Right. Oh, we're going to fall. We're going to fall. Max throttle. Right, deploy all chutes. I don't know if I can affect my flight path now. I think we're just ballistic. Probably going to land next to the vehicle assembly building. So, the reasons why we started going up then is because I used all the fuel. So I was using more and more fuel, so we became lighter and lighter. Yeah, so I had to sort that out. Might be a good idea to keep the Rungs from the ledge up to the door. I don't think... Yeah, the runs from from up here. So I can land better. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Put those back on. Is it a test lander? Correct. Yeah, we're doing a lander today. And it looks like... Oh my goodness, if I half land on the vehicle assembly building, we're screwed. Oh, if I actually hit that ledge... We've got no... Oh, no, I'm going to land on that ledge. I feel like bailing out might actually be the best idea here. Oh, no, there's nothing I can do about it. At least I don't think so. I'm going to get ready for an EVA. I'm getting ready for an EVA. So it may be an emergency. Oh, God, how close is it going to be? Landing legs in. Landing legs in. I think the landing legs is what's going to make it clip. Now extend the landing legs. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. I think we're actually going to land on this little side building, which is going to be a nice little challenge because it's at a slight ramp, which we didn't tip over on. Oh my goodness, what a decision to bring the legs in. I'm almost certain that would have tipped us over. I'm pretty sure they would have just clipped the edge of the vehicle assembly building and just tipped the aircraft straight over. Oh my goodness, right. And actually that's a good test of landing on uneven surfaces. Oh my goodness. Right. That's got to be a screenshot right there. I'm taking that. There we go. Right, let's recover that vessel. There's proof of the stability. Ah, so close. Yes, it was close and very satisfying. This is intense, says Jackamak. How do you get into these predicaments? Because I do silly things. The idea there was just to take off, go across to the side and land. But no, I had to try and hover a bit above the vehicle assembly building, not notice I'm running out of fuel. And... oh dear. Do an EVA. I'm not going to do an EVA from up there. Oh, right, okay. So, there we go, folks. Our lander... I'm going to certify as ready. It goes up under its own steam on Kerbin, so it's going to be able to lift off on the moon. It's got plenty of solar panels. It's got its science. It can carry lots of Kerbals. The lighting works well. The legs are at a good position. I'm pretty sure the Delta V on that section should be more than enough for a landing on the moon, a takeoff on the moon, and a return trip to Kerbin. You're looking at the parachutes went through. That's true. I was expecting the parachutes to kind of bounce off the side, but they just went through it. So yeah, I'm very happy with this lander. It's quite tall. I don't like landers this tall, especially when you land on tilted surfaces. But what we could do... Oh, is this a good idea or not? What we could do... Which leg is it? Which landing leg? It's this one. Is we could put an extra landing leg on the side of the engine to help with tipping over possible situations. I mean, that surface is angled, so we'd have to change that to there. And then I'm not sure. That looks like it's about right. You know what? We're going to do one last flight before I finish the stream. I started a couple of minutes late, so we can finish a couple of minutes late. That's going to add extra mass, but it's barely changed our Delta V. Let's save that. That could be really good because a lot of the surfaces of the moon really uneven. I know it spreads us in only one direction, but let's see how things go. So, We're going to use all of our fuel to go as high and as left as we can, and we're going to come down on the chutes and hopefully get somewhere on uneven ground, maybe head over to these hills. If we don't get on uneven ground, then never mind. It does look like the side ones are slightly longer than the... Yeah, the side ones are slightly longer, which is actually bad. So they need bringing up and in a little bit so that they're all touching. Yeah, we need to adjust the new ones. Watch your Twitch. All the links to my Twitch, my Discord, for information for my game giveaways, my social media are on my website. Go to masterhellish.net, and I'm sure one of my moderators will put a link to Hellish Places. You know what? I'm going to tweak that before we go because I want this to be right. Andrew says, "Hey Hellish, sorry to bother you with Kerbal Space Token stream, but I started your OpenTTD recently. Do you have any content about valuables and how to deliver from Hellish Bank to Hellish Town? I don't understand." I don't know if you'll... No, because if I remember correctly, in that game it's bank to bank. So you look at where... Go to the industry button on the top and go to the option that allows you to view the industry chains and choose valuables. It will show you that it goes from bank to bank, I believe, in that climate. Unless there's a pack or something. There are some climates where you do gold to bank, I think, but not the one we're doing. So you need to get valuables in to Hellishville from a different bank. And if you're talking about my Season 5 Let's Play, that one's furs. So that's different, but still go to the industry chains and it will tell you. Right, let's just adjust these legs and we'll give it one last hop. I feel like this is a little bit like the way SpaceX does it, isn't it? With all the hops and stuff. Right, we're going to use the move tool on these. I'm going to hold shift. That did move them. I'm just a bit... Let's bring it up slightly. So I can get a bit more under the vessel and have a good look. Okay. So if I line up the front and back legs... That actually looks a bit better. Let me just check these ones. Yep, that looks like it's all good. That's better. Okay, let's save that and take it back out. Move the whole craft down. Didn't think of that. I'm just kind of eyeing it. There we go. It looks like we're on all legs now. No, we're not. I got it wrong. Ah! That is frustrating. I'm sure I saved that as well. Okay, here we go. Let's try again. I'm going to do as the chat suggested. We're going to go down. And we're going to have a look at how much they're contacting the floor. See, from this angle, they look all almost identical. But if I move these down... Something's weird here. Look, they're all just partially through the floor. It's like when it goes to the launch pad, it's a slightly different angle. You know what? Never mind. We're going to try it. We're going to try it and see what happens. So we're going to fuel fling, run out of fuel, drop down, see how it goes. SAS on, engines activated and set to maximum. Go! Okay, so here we go. We're taking off. Let's bring our landing gear in. That looks cool. Okay, so now we're going to tilt ourselves over this way. Try and get over to this uneven ground here. Give this vessel a really good test. Probably going over a little bit too much. We've got a lot of sideways velocity here. I'm trying to stop that, but it has been really difficult. We've still got half our fuel left, so I think what we'll do is we'll cut the engines and activate the drogue chutes. The drogue chutes will, oh my goodness, spin us round. Did one of the drogue chutes rip? Nope, we're cool. So we're going to land in the hillside. Probably not on a hill. So I wonder if I can like just affect my movement slightly. We'll bring us slowly closer to the edge of this hill. At least that's what I'm trying to do with these nozzles. The gimbal limit is at maximum. Let's turn the lights on. I think for some reason I've managed to land almost in the middle of the flat part of this area. Now we do risk the drogue chutes breaking, and I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I don't need to kill my horizontal velocity because, you know what, we're just going to land like this and just see how it goes. Engines off, main chutes coming out, and landing legs out. Let's see how this goes. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the legs. So we might land on the side of this hill. I did just aim for this area of hills, and we might actually end up on a relatively flat bit. But what we can do is that you see these two, that's the most stable bit in the width direction. So if there's a hill here, what we can do is attempt to rotate the craft so that the craft kind of is sideways on that hill, and we've got more chance of being okay. But here we go. We're 120 meters up, and this is going to be the last thing we do today. And yeah, we're going to land on relatively flat ground. I tried to do a wonky test. Before, when I tried to do a flat test, I ended on a wonk. Oh no, actually we're on a slight hill. And I got the orientation slightly wrong. But again, we still landed okay. Cool. Well, there we go. I'm going to say that our moon lander is done and sorted. Join me next episode where we'll stick a giant rocket under it and send it to the moon. Jettison the heat shield for a lower speed. I think we're just going to leave the heat shield for now. I can't... well, we could jettison it. Well, maybe we'll look at that next time. But, like I said, that's going to be all for now. If you want to support the channel, head over to my website, masterhellish.net, and check out Viewer Plus. It's a good way of doing it. And if you're interested in merch, go to hellishstore.net. But if you're not interested in either of those, just hang around, share it, like, and all that sort of good stuff. And I will see you soon. Thanks for everybody that joined in the live stream chat today. And thank you to everybody who supports the channel in every way. I'll see you all soon. And from me, for now, goodbye.